Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you and bring to your attention a project which I need your help. So I want to ask smart students what to do with a difficult project. And so far in my life, it worked pretty well. Students turned out to have better answers sometimes than teachers. And that's when I went to the Oxford University for my global health of science. They taught me this is the way to solve difficult problems. Get around the table and share ideas and brainstorm together and solve complex issues. So I'm in the field of cancer research, and I believe there are a lot of similarities between cancer research and space exploration. And there were a lot of great races in the history of humanity. If you can remember races to South Pole, North and South, which took 100 years ago. And there was a big race between country where I was born, the USSR. I was born in Ukraine in 1981, which was occupied by Russia and made USSR at that time. And Americans who will get first to the space, who will get first to the moon. And Americans won the moon race, while Russians, Ukrainian Soviets won the space race. And there was an American moonshot idea and project which united the nation and brought it together, which unprecedented efforts by many different fields, researchers, people, industries. I believe it took like 4% of GDP to do that. Actually, Americans did it. The man was landed on the moon and went back, small step for human, large step for humanity. And this is what recently Presidents Obama and Biden tried to implement into cancer research, the same idea of moonshot. And there are also other breakthroughs which were on the way that fuel this idea. And this term is pretty common in the cancer field. You see the book by Roberta Buller, the chairman and CEO of Pfizer, which is called Moonshot. I thought that it's probably a bit outdated. And as I read NASA blogs, that young people and next generation wants Mars shot. And that was the time when Elon Musk came up with all these cool ideas of getting men to the Mars and back. And people got, to my understanding, more excited about that than going again to the moon. So I suggested, and yeah, when you look Mars landscape, it is pretty cool. So the way that Elon Musk was doing it is not relying on government because his views even back then, and I think they just get more radical right now, that government is not efficient and lacks innovation. With rockets that NASA was building and the rocket that he was building, you can see just huge difference in the cost and the results. NASA says there is no way any other space company would get more public support than us, and Elon says, hold my beer. So it was pretty fun for a number of years, and everyone was excited, and all young people were heading up for Elon Musk. And he did achieve some significant achievements. If you look at the cost of NASA shuttles and SpaceX, it is a game changer. It's like $100.6 billion per flight versus $62 million per flight. This is amazing. And you see all these shuttles cost in the right corner with calculation done by Forbes. I think you still can trust Forbes in counting money. So, it was pretty cool, as I say, and everyone was excited, and there was a lot of ideas flowed in, and I liked Elon's and implemented some of the ideas to my company on efficiency, on quick decision making, on startup culture, and I think they were great. The problem is that Elon got distracted by earthly things, and got into these ideological battles, and I don't know, doing quizzes, which costume looks better, and which gadget causes more media buzz, and then started doing all kind of lie about my country, my people, like president killed American journalists, and a lot of other stuff there on which you can look. So this is what it ended up. Eventually, even people who were excited about things he was doing are not anymore. I was at Rice University talk career fair a couple of days ago. It was pretty cool. I mean, they started their moonshot, 63 years ago. President Kennedy went there and said that we're bringing man to the moon. So I got there a little booth and table, and was talking to students around, and they said, some of them said, "Oh yeah, our wives don't drive Teslas anymore. They take our cars and keep Teslas in their garages for now." Drugs and diagnostics is a pretty big complex. It's similar to space, going just not outside of our planet but inside ourselves. And there are a lot of complex things. If you look at the numbers, and it takes a lot of years and a lot of money and efforts from many people to get one new drug that is working out there on the market to help patients fight disease, particularly cancer. One of the things is problem of biospecimens and data sharing, and is particularly precision medicine in new drug development. Data is the new oil, and everyone is trying to build its own rag, and get it and very protective against sharing it with neighbors. Getting neighbors even to look what's going on here. This is a report from McKinsey where you can get more information on the field. And there is a problem of reproducibility where Los Angeles Times is correct that science at a certain point lost its way, and one lab cannot reproduce results of what other lab does in like 80% or so. Amgen is a big pharma company, tried to verify results of very large landmark studies in oncology and hematology, which were published in reputable results, and only 11% could be reproduced. I mean, this is not science, right? It's like, I was an exchange student in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's like near St. Louis Cathedral. There are a lot of people who predict the future. And, there are a lot of tables. So you go from one table to another table, and everyone tells its own story. I don't believe in those people. I don't recommend going to them. But my point is just, it's a similar type of situation. At the same time, NIH spends tens of billions of taxpayer money on cancer research every year, and the situation is getting better in the U.S. The numbers went down, death rate went 30% down in the last 30 years in the U.S., but globally it's increases in cost. And in U.S., cost of cancer is huge, and it's growing, and we're not sure how long it will be sustainable. At the same time, cancer moonshot and all this government folks and people who are in charge of big project, they're talking and they're saying that we break down silos and we bring together researchers and both work together. And there are a lot of reports on people working together. You can, I'll be happy to share the slides where you can see it. It's very impressive numbers of what you read in the report. But when you go to the ground, people say that we lack collaboration, we lack access, we lack working together. So I believe it's time for genuine collaboration, not hidden competition. Here at TMC, where I sit in the corner, but this is the main hall, we have big collaboration words, honestly. But, I'm surprised that students get better collaboration that you all put together all these institutions in on one screen, which I don't see very often happening. So this is the brand that we've done to do for Mars Shot. This is a bit story how I got into this field in 2016 and started the company in New Orleans with my friends there who were my host family in 1998. Maurice and Marie Cabrex helped me to start the company. But my story goes earlier. This is my parents, and I just got a note yesterday that my mom, who is here on the picture 2 years ago, when I saw her last time live, she got a cancer coming back. She was misdiagnosed with cancer in 1994. Then American doctors treated her, and it was not a cancer. But then in 2014, she was diagnosed with cancer. She got an operation and treatment. It seems to be fine. And yesterday I got a note that cancer is spread all over the lung. So we're not sure what will be the outcome. Our challenge is fighting cancer. Our vision is a world where cancer is early detected and effectively treated, and equally for all people. Again, when people are speaking about equality and equity, you can hear a lot of nice talks, but go ask people outside of US if they can get access to those treatments that people get here in the US that actually do save lives, and you will see the difference. And there will be, right now it's about 10 million deaths. In 10 years, in 15 years, there will be 20 million deaths of cancer. Idea of biobanking is an idea changing the world. Was acknowledged by Time magazine in 2009. And this is because biosamples are building blocks for cancer research. It contains genomic data, which is precious, valuable for understanding cancer, and it goes further where you can test your molecules, samples in vitro on samples before they go to animal and to people trials. And then they insert it into mice and making PDX models, etc. So our strategy is building bottom up, creating a biobank foundation. A network of biobanks is what we are working right now is under this brand of precision medicine biobanking network under the name of Mars Shot. So we can have access to samples and share them, and then build further resources necessary for. This is our company's goals and steps, how we measure. You have to measure. I like this book on my table. Measure what matters. And this is where we started in Audubon in 2016. My friends and family. We built a company. It was going well. I wanted to show you statistics. We grew up from 0 to 9 million in revenue in 6-7 years, and then war in Ukraine hit us. We went down 30%. Then for the last 3 years, we were trying to keep the company, keep the people. We were down from 100 people to 60 people, and now we are recovering. So the plan is to build this group of companies from Audubon Bioscience going to research lab, clinical trials, pharmaceuticals, diagnostics companies. We have some business plans, but main question is an idea is we need to build network of people who generally collaborate, not who talk about collaboration, but actually collaborate and share. And then we can share digital images, genomic data, and clinical data. And I believe this is foundations for making breakthrough in cancer research, particularly if we can add and train machine learning and AI models and search for cancer biomarkers and cures on a very large data sets. When I say large, it's like 100 billion samples, which is possible and feasible if people collaborate. So we started in Ukraine. We got Google Drive. The issue is, like, a lot of people don't like Google. They say that Google is cheating, that it trains its own models. So I'm not sure how to do, what to do. This is example from Texas, people, sharing books. Not everyone is not afraid that someone else will read it or violate IP rights. So this is the questions I have for you. How to secure fairness, equality to access to the library of biospecimens and data for scientists. How to prevent unfair commercialization and make a fair commercialization. How to fund the initiative in a balanced, sustainable, and independent way, not to get sold to big pharma and biotech who will take an advantage. So that's why I came to you, and it's our principles team, our values, get ready for joining and join us. I would like to hear feedback. Probably I'm right out of time, so whenever if anyone is interested, here's my email. Please reach out, and thank you for the opportunity talking to you.
Thank you very much,